Aria Morgan never imagined her first wildlife research field trip would become the day her life nearly ended. She had only wanted to prove herself, show she wasn't the fragile girl everyone at Ridgewood Academy labeled her. With her calm brown eyes and quiet nature, she never fought back at the cruel jokes, the snide whispers, the taunts. But today, the bullies found a new level of evil. The academy partnered with a wildlife reserve, home to the most legendary creature alive, Kovu, the alpha lion known worldwide for his unmatched power and unpredictable temper. Tourists came from miles away just to see him roar, and Aria, she admired him from afar. She respected him, maybe because something about him felt familiar, isolated, misunderstood, but powerful inside. The moment the students arrived at the reserve, the whispers started. Derek Vaughan, Maddox Hale, and Brielle Summers, the school's notorious trio, noticed that the guide, the rangers, and even the researchers seemed to treat Aria with a surprising level of respect. It annoyed them. They hated when attention drifted from them, and when the ranger casually mentioned Aria's extraordinary wildlife knowledge, Brielle's eyes narrowed. "Oh, she thinks she's special now," she muttered. The moment the group reached the giant steel-gated enclosure of the lions, the bullies exchanged looks, wicked, dangerous looks, and Aria felt the atmosphere shift. The lions roamed lazily, the sun glinting on their golden fur, their tails flicking softly in the dust. But the center of attention, as always, was Kovu, the massive alpha with a dark mane, deep scar across his right eye, and a presence so commanding that even full-grown males kept their distance. Aria stood quietly, mesmerized, her notebook in hand. She didn't notice Derek step behind her, didn't notice the smug grin, didn't hear Brielle whisper, "Do it." She only felt the brutal shove. The world spun, her notebook flew, and before she could scream, Aria fell hard into the lion enclosure. Gasps erupted from the students. Someone yelled for help. The ranger cursed loudly and sprinted toward the control panel. Dust filled Aria's lungs as she hit the ground. Pain jolted up her arm. She pushed herself up with trembling hands, her heart thundering so loudly she could barely breathe. The lions froze, every head snapping toward her. Even the cubs stopped playing. A cold wind swept through the enclosure. Kovu lifted his enormous head, his amber eyes locked onto her, and the world stood still. Aria swallowed, tears burning behind her eyes, not because she feared death, but because she'd always feared dying unseen, unheard, forgotten. Derek's voice echoed faintly from above, mocking, "Guess the lions finally get a taste of nerd meat." Maddox laughed. Brielle smirked, unfazed, as if she hadn't just sentenced a girl to death. The ranger kicked the emergency fence controls, but the system overloaded, jamming. "It'll take time to reboot," he shouted. Time, the one thing Aria didn't have. Kovu rose slowly, muscles rippling beneath his golden coat. He took one thunderous step toward her, then another. Aria had studied lions her whole life. She knew exactly what a kill stance looked like. And this was not that. His tail wasn't twitching, his ears weren't pinned, his jaws weren't tightening. Instead, his eyes softened, as if he sensed she wasn't a threat. Or maybe he sensed pain, fear, or the loneliness she'd carried for years. Aria froze, barely breathing. Kovu stopped just feet away from her, so close she felt the heat of his breath. Students above screamed at her to run, but Aria didn't move. She couldn't. Kovu lowered his massive head and gently nudged her shoulder with his nose.